Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Vrindayai Tulsi Devyai Priyayai Kesava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavajai Namo Namah. Vrindayai Tulsi Devyai Priyayai Kesava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavajai Namo Namah.
Vrindayai Tulsi Devai Priyayai Kesavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavajana Namo Namaha. Vrindayai Tulsi Devai Priyayai Kesavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavajana Namo Namaha. Now let us offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desire trees and can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. You can just stay right there. Thank you, Babu. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parikacharya Satara Sada Shri Srimada's Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anantakoti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai Jai Radha Krishna Gopa Gopana Shai Mukunda Radha Kunda Giri Gaurana Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mai Pranavadeep Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. Chapter 71, and this is verse number 8. Nimitan param ashasya Vishvasarga nirodayo Hiranyagarbha sharvascha Kalasya rupinastava Nimitam param ishasya Vishvasarga nirodaya Hiranyagarbha sharvascha Kalasya Rupinastava Nimitam Param Ishasvaya Vishvasarga Nirodayo Hiranyagarbha Sharvascha Kalas Rupinas Kalaya Rupinastava Nimitam Paramishasya Vishvasarga Nirodayo Hiranyagarbha Sharvascha Kalasya Rupinastava Nimitam Paramishasya Vishvasarga Nirodayo Hiranyagarbha Sharvascha Kalasya Rupinastava Nimitam Paramishvasya Vishvasarga Nirodayo Hiranyagarbha Sharvascha Kalasya Rupinastava Nimitam, the instrument. Param, merely. Ishasya, of the Supreme Lord. Vishva, of the universe. Sarga, in the creation. Nirodayo, and the annihilation. Hiranyagarbha, Lord Brahma. Sharva, Lord Shiva. Cha, and. Kalasya, of time. Arupina, formless. Tava, your. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva act only as your instruments in cosmic creation and annihilation, which are ultimately done by you, the Supreme Lord, in your invisible aspect of time. Please repeat. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva act only as your instruments in cosmic creation and annihilation, which are ultimately done by you, the Supreme Lord, in your invisible aspect of time. Purport. Uddhava here explains that in fact, Lord Krishna himself will cause the death of Jarasandha, and Bhima will merely be the instrument. The Supreme Lord, through his invisible potency of time, creates and annihilates the entire cosmic situation, whereas great demigods such as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are merely the instruments of the Lord's will. Therefore, Bhima will have no difficulty acting as the Lord's instrument to kill the powerful Jarasandha. In this way, by the Lord's arrangement, his devotee Bhima will be glorified. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastai Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Bacharni Nirasesa Shunyavadi Prashchadeshchani Vanchakalpa Charubhischa Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. So I'm going to read Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Tika and Jiva Goswami's Tika. Sanatan Goswami and Srila Jiva Goswami, their Tikas are very similar, so I'll just read Srila Jiva Goswami's. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, using his instrument of conversation as a way to highlight what's being said. First quote, this is Krishna. If I do not do anything, why should I be present? I mean, if I'm not going to do anything when Bhima kills Jarasandha, why should I bother going? And the answer, Brahma and Shiva are but your instruments in creation and destruction through the energy of invisible time. Just as time alone creates and destroys the universe, with Brahma acting as an instrument in creation and Shiva as an instrument in destruction, so you will kill Jarasandha by your presence, and Bhima will be the instrument. Just as you do this for the glorification of Brahma and Shiva, so you will act in this way for the fame of Bhima. And Jiva Goswami writes, your form as time is the instrument for creation and destruction. It is without form. Though it does everything, its actions are unseen. Such power is proper since it belongs to you, the Lord, Ishasya. Just as you perform the actions of creation and destruction invisibly to give fame to Lord Brahma and Shiva, so should you arrange this invisibly to give fame to Bhima. There are two important points being made in this verse and highlighted by our acharyas. One is Krishna's aspect is time, inescapable time that every one of us is bound by in this material world, including Brahma and Shiva. So the creation and destruction of this material world, it's bound to time. The second aspect is that Krishna acts in such a way that his devotee is glorified. So by acting invisibly as time, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are glorified in their activities. Lord Shiva's of destruction and Brahma's of creation. And in the same way, Uddhava is saying to Krishna here, advising him, that you'll also be able to act in this unseen way to eliminate Jarasandha, but Bhima will be just the instrument. So these are 2 points that are very important. And if we turn to Bhagavad Gita, there is a section of the Bhagavad Gita in the 11th chapter, and this point is being made by Krishna there in 3 verses, beginning with 1132. I'll just read the English. So 1132 is the Supreme Lord. First of all, actually, I'll go to 1131. Arjuna says, O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. And then Krishna is very explicit here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. Of course, he says above, I have come here to destroy all people. That's everybody. I've come here to destroy everything. And with the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here will be slain. And of course, the Pandavas also will disappear, but in a different category, because they'll be able to once again enter into the spiritual world in apparently in the self-same body. But that's another issue that we will not discuss. So this is very important, and that Prabhupada highlights this because Arjuna is saying, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight. And Prabhupada writes, if Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. Death could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. The only thing that seemingly goes against this flow of time is the appearance of life. Every living entity in this material world is created and goes through a period of growth, and then a period of reproduction, and a period of maintenance, and a period of dwindling and death. So we can become lulled into thinking, well, everything keeps going on, and in the spring we're going to start seeing the leaves come out and the plants come out, and we got little children growing up, and then, we have a long period of cruising through life, but then eventually dwindling and death come. But it appears there is this apparent understanding of somehow or other it's not all destruction, is it? Well, it is all destruction. Think of how many people are alive today, and then you think about all the humans that have ever been alive. I mean, it's incredible. Most everybody who was a human, we know they take birth again, is dead. All the big hitters like Socrates and Leonardo da Vinci, all these great people, they're all gone. And who was Leonardo da Vinci's landlord? You'll never know. Next verse, text 33. Therefore, get up and prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Sabyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Savyasachin refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. This is Prabhupada writing now. Thus, Arjuna is addressed as an expert warrior capable of delivering arrows to kill his enemies. Just become an instrument. Nimitta matram, just like it's saying here, that in the verse itself that we're reading today, that Brahma and Shiva, they're instruments, and Bhima will also be an instrument in the whole cosmic plan. This cosmic manifestation, farther down. The creation and destruction of the cosmic manifestation are under the superior guidance of God. Thus, the battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. Arjuna was refusing to fight, but he was told that he should fight in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. Then he would be happy. If one is in full Krishna consciousness and his life is devoted to the Lord's transcendental service, he is perfect. What's the only way to be happy is to be in part of the Lord's plan, his internal energy plan. He's got an external energy plan too, which is called the world of birth and death, the material world, and it's under the law of karma. Therefore, the devotees can transcend death, even though it looks like, they go through the same pattern everybody else does. But the devotees, because we're on, ultimately, we're on the path of serving the Lord, therefore, the Lord's plan is eternal, therefore, acting in Krishna consciousness is eternal. It's an eternal activity, whereas everything else is swept away in time. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. This is text 34. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Prabhupada writes in his purport, every plan is made by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is so kind and merciful to his devotees that he wants to give them the credit, to his devotees who carry out his plan according to his desire. Prabhupada used to say this. Krishna could have done everything, but he left us the activities of spreading the Krishna consciousness movement because that is a glorification of the devotee. Prabhupada is glorified when you hear about how his mission, he takes it up, at the late age. He doesn't come to America until he's almost 70 years old. And he comes under very trying circumstances, not in a nice, plane, which takes, 15 hours. It's 30-day ship travel across the ocean, and he's sick. He has heart attacks along the way. So Prabhupada's life is a proof that Krishna is glorifying the devotees. Life should therefore, and Prabhupada again writing, life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness and understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of a spiritual master. The plans of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are understood by his mercy, and the plans of the devotees are as good as his plans. One should follow such plans and be victorious in the struggle for existence. The only way to be victorious in the struggle for existence is to understand that this existence, the material world and our bodies, it's only destined for one thing, vanquished. But the only way to be unvanquished is to once again understand our true identity as a servant of the servant of the servant of the gopis within the forest of Braj. Because Prabhupada is delivering this wonderful opportunity through Lord Chaitanya ultimately to have love of Krishna in Vrindavan. Very intimate and very sweet. Now we can turn and talk a little bit more about time, and this is coming from the Bhagavatam in a section where Vidura is asking questions of Maitreya, and he asks, tell me about time. I want to know what time is. So Maitreya answers. This is text, Canto 3, Chapter 10, Text 11, verse 11. Maitreya said, eternal time is the primeval source of all the interactions of the three modes of material nature. It is unchangeable and limitless, and it works as the instrument of the Supreme Personality of Godhead for his pastimes in the material creation. Again, here's the word instrument coming here. Eternal time and instrument. The eternal time is primeval, but it works here in the material world as an instrument for the Lord's pastimes. Prabhupada writes, the impersonal time factor is the background of the material manifestation as the instrument of the Supreme Lord. It is the ingredient of assistance offered to the material nature. No one knows where time began and where it ends, and it is time only which can keep record of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material manifestation. This time factor is the material cause of creation and is therefore a self-expansion of the personality of Godhead. Time is considered the impersonal feature of the Lord. So we're all experiencing the Lord's presence. We deny it, however, because in our daily routines, time becomes rather routine. In fact, people sometimes say, I'm going to kill time. So I'm going to, scroll on the phone or, watch a movie or whatever. I'm killing some time. They kill a lot of time, but actually time kills us. Not that we kill time. The only way time doesn't kill is if it's used in the service of the Lord, and we see this in this pastime. Prabhupada writes further down here. Chanakya Pandit says, that even a slight fraction of time cannot be purchased with millions of dollars, and therefore even a moment of time lost without profit must be calculated as the greatest loss in life. Time is not subject to any form of psychology, nor are the moments objective realities in themselves, but they are dependent on particular experiences. You know, people have what they call the bucket list. They want to go to the Grand Canyon or on the top of the Eiffel Tower, do something, really exciting because I only got so much time, so I'm going to do stuff. Try to be happy. Squeeze out the last bit of happiness. I may be 85 years old and I'm really sick, but I can stand up there in a boat and look at glaciers in Alaska. Great. That's good if you want to stay in the material world. So the fact is that time is this bucket in which we can do things. And we can either use time to prolong our stay here in the material world, or we can use it to get out of the material world. And Chanakya Pandit says, even a slight fraction of time cannot be purchased for with millions of dollars. I mean, the materialists know this. Time is money. We got to work fast to make the money now, because we may not be able to make it later. But we have a completely different understanding of how to use time. Time should be used in the service of the Lord. Time should be used to become more Krishna conscious. And Prabhupada addresses this with his disciples in some classes. And under the title, under the heading, we should not waste a single moment. There are some classes here that Prabhupada, whoops, I went past them. This first class I'm going to read is from Hawaii, from 1974, January 20. And Prabhupada's writing. This is rather humorous. Do you remember, any one of you, this verse from the Bhagavad Gita? Eh? But don't you read? So I am writing all these books simply for selling, not for reading? This is not good. And if someone asks you, you are so much eager to sell your books, do you read your books? Then you will say, no, sir, we don't read. We sell only. Our Guru Maharaj writes and we sell. And Prabhupada says, that is not good business. You must read. Why am I writing so many books? Not a single moment wasted. Not a single moment waste. If you want to become successful in Krishna consciousness, don't lose even a single moment. That should be the first determination. Then he quotes two words from some verses in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Avyarta kalatvam. I'll get back to those later. Rupa Goswami says, forget sleeping, eating, mating. That is all material necessities. If you increase these things, then you cannot make any progress in spiritual life. Now, we have to be realistic. We're not going to be like Prabhupada. He didn't sleep because he was on a different platform. But we need to make sure that our eating and sleeping, etc., it's a secondary activity. It's what you have to do just to stay functional in this material world. And we need to be functional in this material world, in this body, because this is our vehicle, this human form of life. So, we don't take it lightly. Keep our health, keep our mental health. Got to stay strong, because we got to have this body work well so that we can stay Krishna conscious. If we're so tired, we're so disturbed that we can't chant japa nicely, well, we have to do something. Now we can say, just chant Hare Krishna. Well, that's a loop, though. Oh, I'm so disturbed and tired, so I just chant Hare Krishna. I'm still sleeping 1 hour a night, and I've got all these different problems in my mind that, I don't feel happy about. So I'll just chant Hare Krishna and they'll go away. No, it's not going to work that way. We have to take care of ourselves. Prabhupada also speaks in Vrindavan, 1976. So we should be very careful. We have got this opportunity of understanding Krishna consciousness. we should not waste a single moment without Krishna consciousness. And then he quotes these two words again. Avyarta kalatvam. That is advised by Rupa Goswami. Every moment we shall count, whether I have wasted it or utilized it. This is life. So let's examine what's being said in these with these two words, and we'll go to Madhya Lila 23, verses 18 and 19. And this is a section of the Chaitanya Charitamrita where Lord Chaitanya is instructing Sanatana Goswami about love of God. And this section actually deals, well, I can go back to one set of verses here first. The first number of verses sort of wander back and forth between describing pure love of God and describing the process of becoming a pure lover of God. But the main point is in 14 and 15. That can probably summarize the whole section here. In the beginning, this is the famous verses, Ato, Shraddha, Tata, Sadhu. I will just read the English for time purposes. In the beginning, there must be faith. Then one becomes interested in associating with pure devotees. Thereafter, one is initiated by the spiritual master and executes the regulated principles under his orders. Thus, one is freed from all unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Raptanishta now, firmly fixed. Thereafter, one develops taste and attachment, ruchi and sakti. This is the way of sadhana bhakti, the execution of devotional service according to the regulative principles. Gradually, emotions intensify, and finally, there's the awakening of love of God. This is the gradual development of love of God for the devotee interested in Krishna consciousness. So we work our way up, at least, hopefully, to Nishta. And then we can hope to somehow or other, gain some taste and some attraction or firm attachment for the chanting the holy name and engaging in Krishna consciousness. So let's move up to the next verses, which are 18 and 19. These verses are also found in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That's why Prabhupada talks about how Rupa Goswami says this. But these verses are in this context being spoken by Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami, telling him the essence of how to become Krishna conscious and what we need to do. So it's lessons for us. When the seed of ecstatic emotion for Krishna fructifies, that's when we actually get to the point of having some real attachment for serving Krishna. The following 9 symptoms manifest in one's behavior. First, forgiveness. Shantir, forgiveness. Then, avyarta kalatvam. And what is that? Anarta kalatvam, the concern that time should not be wasted. Then detachment, absence from false prestige, hope, eagerness, a taste for chanting the holy name of the Lord. Do we have a taste? Is it still a chore? Am I still waiting until the middle of the night to finish my rounds because I was too busy to chant? Well, you can't be too busy to chant. What else are we, if we're too busy to chant, what are we doing? I mean, it is the key. Again, I'll give you the story. I was on Radha Damodar, and the sannyasi of our bus found out the cook was not chanting 16 rounds. And he brought him in and he said, if you don't chant 16 rounds, I'm not eating anything you cook, because you're not Krishna conscious. But I can't. No, you have to chant your 16 rounds. Otherwise, I won't eat what you cook. And in other words, that's being said, the deity won't accept what you cook either. So, attachment, Okay, and then after attachment for the holy name, attachment to the descriptions of the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Wow. Krishna Katha. The best thing ever. Other people want to go do things, entertainment, but Krishna Katha, it's not entertainment. It may be entertainment actually, but it's the nectar for our soul, for us. It goes in through the ear and through a channel into the heart. That's when the devotee who's speaking has taste for this nectar. We all know there's devotees who speak this way. It's very wonderful to hear them. And then affection for places where the Lord resides. And Prabhupada says, that is a temple or holy place like Vrindavan. It's like a temple. It's a community of devotees. It's where we have sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha doesn't just mean a once-a-year event where lots of people come together, and it may not all be really high-level association. It really means associating on a really, really Krishna-conscious way. Talking about the books, talking about the pastimes of Krishna, doing something that's really, giving us Krishna consciousness. That's sadhu sangha. And that can be done. It doesn't have to be the big sadhu. Because we've learned over the years sometimes big sadhus aren't so big. But we become the sadhu sangha for others. So we can get together. Satatam kirtayanto mas yatantas cha vridavata. Always chanting my glories. My devotees, they gather together perpetually to worship and honor me. Okay, and then Prabhupada, the verse ends. These are called anubhava, subordinate signs of ecstatic emotion. They are visible in a person whose heart, in whose heart the seed of love of God has begun to fructify. So maybe our seed hasn't begun to fructify, but it's there. And just as spring comes, the spring of Krishna consciousness will come, but we have to make sure the seed is taken care of nicely, and then we water it nicely, and then under the guidance of the warm rays of love from our Guru and our service to our Guru, that seed will begin to grow. And then there's a whole process of Lord Chaitanya talking about being a gardener to water the seed so the creeper grows, and eventually it will entangle itself at the feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Sri Radha Golokananda. But until then, let's remember, Krishna acts to glorify his devotees in this world, and Krishna acts as a time factor. The time factor is always diminishing our life. And the only way not to be diminished is to become Krishna conscious. And although we may be, I'm certainly speaking for myself, completely bereft of any sort of abilities, the Lord will, as he says, carry what we lack and preserve what we have. And therefore, he can use us as an instrument to dress the deities, to cook a nice feast, to preach to others on at a university, whatever it may be, but we have to be humble. As soon as we think we're the doer, then we can work for a little while, but eventually that'll crash. The only way to actually have it really work is to be really humble and realize that only an open cup will be able to hold any nectar. You know, if we've got our hands turned the other way, or our cup's already full of me, where's Krishna going to come? We can't be full of me. We have to be empty and ready to take full nectar from the Guru, our Gurudev, and Sri Krishna. That's what Prabhupada gave us. And we're really very fortunate. And we should never forget that. So I'll stop here. I think there's no time. But in any case, thank you for being here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hari Ram, Ram Ram, Hari Hari.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Enam Kanvandam Maravindanalaya Taksham Varhavatam Samasitam Buddhasundarangam Nandar Bhagom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Andaniya Sakalem Priya Priti Manti Pasyanti Panti Kayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham
Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sanyavati Paschachate Satarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Sanyavadi Pashtachavisatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadev Gaura Bhaktarinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasade Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadev Gaura Bhaktarinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasade Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadev Gaura Bhaktarinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Nityananda Gadadhar Shivasade Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Gaur Bhaktarinda Gaur Bhaktarinda Jaya Gaur Bhaktarinda Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo! Hare Ram, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Raya Nama Krishna Yaravaya Namaha, Hare Raya Nama Krishna Yaravaya Namaha, Hare Raya Nama Krishna Yaravaya Namaha, Hare Raya Krishna Yaravaya Namaha, Yaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Namaha, Yaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Namaha, Yaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Namaha. Maravaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Giri Hari Gopinath Madana Mohan, Giri Hari Gopinath Madana Mohan, Giri Hari Gopinath Madana Mohan, Giri Hari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita, Nanda Shri Advaita Sita, Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita, Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita, Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita, Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita, Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Hari Raya Nama Krishna Yaravaya Namaha, Hare Nama Krishna Yaravaya, Hari Raya Nama Krishna Yaravaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan, Ram Shri Madhusudan. Gaur Haribo, 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 Gaur Haribo, Gaur Haribo, Haribo, Gaur. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora. Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radhe. Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radhe. Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Ananta Gaura Vaishnavinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem Sakoshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Rasa Confounder Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath. Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki. Vrindavan Dham ki. Mayapur Dham ki. Yavadvip Dham ki. Jamuna Mai ki. Ganga Mai ki. Tulsi Devi ki. Bhakti ki. Shri Radha Govinda ki. Samudaya Bhaktivinoda ki. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Ranga.
Chaitodarpanam Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavi. I'm really effulgent. Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjanina Nuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Suhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Hoita Ki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripayata Vapada Pankaja. Thank you. Yuga Yatam Namishena Chakshusha Pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishyavapadamritam Banastumam Adarshanam Marma Hatakarotuva Yatatatava Vidadatu Lampato Mat Prananatastusa Evanapara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life in its birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Oh, my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and